Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display, Daydeal.com's own YouTube channel regarding product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Seidio Surface case for the Motorola Photon 4G. You are more than welcome to check this case out at its official website at any time. That is going to be located at www.seidioonline.com. Now, Seidio has three different cases available for the Photon 4G. The cases are the Surface, which we are looking at today, the Active, which is considered a medium-duty case. This is considered a light-duty case. And then finally, the Convert, which of course is their rugged case. So you know, most companies have a basic, intermediate, and then I guess you can call it advanced case in terms of protection for the phone in question. Now, I want to mention that Seidio's claim to fame as of recently, or I would say within the past 2 years. Time really does fly, doesn't it, folks? In any case, they've made their designs more modular, meaning that you can actually use add-ons that they've made specifically to go ahead and expand the utility of your particular case, especially for the Surface. So if you just happen to buy the Surface right now for your phone, and then later on you find you need a belt clip holster, you can actually buy a belt clip holster that's made to work with the Surface. You can also buy the Convert case that actually transforms your Surface into the Convert, hence calling it the Convert case. So this type of design is really cool. It allows people to just buy the case and use it and see if they're comfortable with it, and later on if they need to expand off of that, they don't have to throw away the accessory and buy something completely new. They can just add things on top of it. So it's really a forward thinking of Seidio. In our personal opinion, we like their kind of philosophy, design philosophy anyway. However, we do have to question their prices because they can be a bit on the pricey side, right? Their MSRP asking price for a lot of their stuff is a little bit high compared to the competition, but that is all we have to say about that. So moving forward on the actual Seidio case itself, the Surface I should say, it comes in 4 colors and 4 colors alone. There are no other additional colors that we are used to seeing on more popular phone models. So we have the basic 4, which is going to be burgundy, black, sapphire blue, as well as amethyst. All Surface cases come as is, meaning that there is no screen protector included with them. If you want to use it, you have to purchase your own and use it with the case. We also want to mention that there is a version of the Surface that's sold in a combo kit that includes the belt clip holster from the get-go. Okay, you can buy it separately or you can buy it in the combo kit, so that way you can save yourself a couple of bucks, because if you bought it separately it will cost you a little bit more. Other than that, the Surface is pretty straightforward. It's a 2-piece slide-on design for your Motorola Photon 4G, as you can see right here. It's very, very easy to install. It's also very easy to remove once you get the hang of it. Okay, I know a lot of folks out there get stuck in this design for whatever reason, but I'll show you how to remove it in just a second. Very easy off of our dummy phone. On the interior of the Surface, you can see that there's a lining of microfiber right there, or felt material, whatever you like to refer to it as, that actually keeps your phone scratch free during installation and removal, and it does actually add a trivial amount of cushion as well to the case overall. So in other words, once your phone is inside there, it's going to be cushioned ever so slightly by that layer of microfiber. Now, all Surface cases, as well as Seidio products, I should say, have a nice matte finish to them, meaning that they're not reflective. So this is really nice for people out there that you know, have strict dress code requirements at their workplace. In other words, maybe you work in corporate world and you need a case that isn't too flashy, you know, too reflective, etc., stuff like that. Seidio has you covered with their nice matte rubberized finish, as you can see right here. Almost has a metallic sheen to it, but it's very, very muted, but at the same time still aesthetically pleasing, because it just looks very nice and it feels great in touch too. So let's go ahead and install this Surface onto our Photon 4G dummy phone right here. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. Slide on the top half first, okay, and slide on the bottom half. Locate that little tab right there and make sure it locks into place, and now it's installed onto the phone. Now, for those of you out there that have trouble removing this case, it happens time and time again. I'm not too sure what's going on, but people get stuck in what I call the finger trap syndrome. You never had one of those little toys as a kid? You know, those finger traps where if you pull both at the same time, you're stuck, but if you just push in one finger and then slide it out, it's very easy to remove. Well, the same thing is apparent with the Surface case and pretty much any other case that has a slide-on design like this. Okay, guys, if you pull both halves off at the same time, it's stuck. It's meant to do that. You don't want it slipping off your phone during mid-usage. But if you basically just hold one side of the case very firmly, press down at that little marked area right there, which is that where the tab is located, and then just gently wiggle, it right off. It literally flies right off. It's that easy to remove. So that's the point I'm trying to stress. All right. So if you're having trouble, remember, hold one side of the case, whatever it may be. Press on the indicated marker. You can even do it on this side if you want to, and then just gently wiggle it off, and it'll come off like such. Okay. Very, very easy. No problems whatsoever. So locking that back into place, let's go and move our other colors out of the way because we no longer need them, and continue on with the 360 tour of the Surface. So for starters, you can see that the Surface is actually a very slim and sleek case. It doesn't add pretty much any bulk to the Photon 4G. So if you're one of those naturalists, quote unquote, who like to use the phone naked all the time, but you realize you do need protection of some sort, then the Surface is definitely a case that I would recommend to you guys. On the front screen area, you'll notice that the lip that is created from the Surface is actually pretty significant for a light duty case, and that's always nice. So that means if you happen to drop your phone or rest your phone on its face for whatever reason, it is going to be up and away from that surface you're resting it against. Moving on to the openings and cutouts for the phone. On the top, we have a nice large opening for the audio jack right there. Okay, it's not recessed at all, so straight and angled connectors will work just fine. We have a very large opening for the power button, so it is going to be very easy to press. Moving on to the side, we have a huge opening for the USB port, as well as that HDMI port that you see right there. No surprises. And it does have a slightly tapered cutout to it as well, so that's always convenient. So it makes odd sized tips, I should say, easier to plug in. Moving on to the side, we have openings for the uniquely textured buttons on the Photon 4G. You see that little kind of grill type texture on them. I never really got that, but there we are. One for the camera, and of course one for the volume up and down buttons. Moving on to the back, you still do have access to your kickstand. Okay, so it's not completely nullified with your Seidio on there. You can see it right there. And of course an opening on the back for the camera lens and the LED flash. And that is it, folks, for the Seidio Surface case for the Motorola Photon 4G. So some closing comments on this particular cover. If you're looking for a basic protection for your phone, but at the same time you don't want to have something too heavy, too bulky on it, then the Surface is what we would recommend for you guys. Also, we want to mention that if you need more utility out of this case, Seidio has add-ons for the Surface. One is a belt clip holster, and one is the convert case, literally changing your Surface into the convert case, which basically makes it from a basic case to a heavy-duty cover. So if you think you need those options in the future and you just want something now for your phone and then decide later, pick up the Surface. Otherwise, I would highly recommend checking out, maybe picking up the Active instead, because that's a medium duty case. That's not as flexible as the Surface that we see here today from Seidio, but you know, it's a lot cheaper overall, and we think it's a more protective cover. It's a more universal case than the Surface, but to each their own. So feel free to check this out on the official website, which is going to be at www.seidioonline.com. We'll be getting reviews of the other two cases up on our channel very shortly, so check those out when they do become available. And keep following us on our YouTube channel, Day Deal on Display, for more product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Thanks as always for watching.